Good morning, everybody. Steve Georgia here from Allendale's trading floor. It's June 8th, 2011. Kind of a quiet overnight session for the grains. You had corn that was up a couple cents for July, but down a quarter of a cent for new crops. So December down a little bit. As far as beans were lower, down 5 to 5.5, setting back a little bit ahead of that USDA report that's coming out tomorrow morning at 7:30. The wheat market just about unchanged to maybe a little bit higher, so trying to work up a little bit, but we've got some things that could weigh on the market. First off, as I mentioned in the beans, we've got this USDA report coming out tomorrow. They're expecting to see friendly numbers again for corn. That may be supportive today for that. They're looking for potentially tighter ending stocks, and we could even see some kind of a reduction for yield. We don't feel they're going to do anything as far as acres, but if they do end up shifting yield, that could affect the markets very quickly. Something else that may be looked at today, there was concern out there with some of the weather in China. They are getting some rain in much needed areas for their corn and beans. That may be looked at as a little bit negative. That's what the GFS models are saying right now. But not only that, on the charts, technically, for this December corn, we're looking at that 665 area, some very good support right now. If we end up taking that out, we may see some further selling. But I think a lot of that selling may come with more economic concerns, seeing what some of these outside markets might be doing, but just lack of confidence to come in to buy could carry us below those levels. But today, we do have reasons to support this market. With this report out here tomorrow, guys probably getting in position ahead of that. But as I mentioned, for beans, they're working a little bit lower right now. We may see an increase as far as carry out for beans. But there will be an OPEC meeting today. Some of the oil ministers are going to decide whether or not to increase production of crude oil or production of oil. We'll see what they have to say. That may end up affecting some of the markets. A lot of the beans have been influenced lately by the energies. If we see crude oil back off, that may affect bean oil, which in turn comes in and affects these beans as well. And that's where a lot of questions I've been getting lately on these beans is, why are they rallying, or where are they going? Well, we found some very good support in some of these as far as some of the products. Bean oil, bean meal, support in beans right now, kind of keeping things higher. But there are talks out there that China could be looking at buying somewhere close to 3 million tons of veg oils to replenish some of their government stock. That will be looked at as friendly if that is the case. And anytime China's coming in to buy something, the market likes to look at that as friendly. So we'll see if that happens. As far as wheat, as I mentioned, right about unchanged to maybe a little bit stronger. Still, you've got a bullish scenario or more of a friendly scenario out there as far as weather. The Durham wheat planting areas are estimated only at 25% right now. Normal is near about 90, so way behind pace. A lot of rain. We've got more rain moving through the northern part of the states, up through the Dakotas, Minnesota again, and that's going to keep things under some pretty slow pace right now. And we'll see. But as far as some of the harvest that's going on down in the plains, Kansas, the quality is good. But what we're looking at is the yields that are just not there. So that's going to affect things. That might spark some buying coming into some of the wheat markets as well. But keep an eye on that. There is potentially bullish momentum there if we can get some strength. And looking at a chart, we're at the low end of a range right now as far as the wheat. So we may find that as support. And we'll see what that does with this report out here tomorrow as well. Looking at some of these outside markets, crude oil right now down 65 cents, a little bit under pressure ahead of that oil, the energy, as far as OPEC, with the oil ministers and their decision. That comes out later on today. You've got crude sitting at about 98.45, and the dollar up 33, finding a recovery after the slide that we've seen over the last few days. Putting that at 73.85. It is an inside bar right now on the chart, so we're not, even though we're up 33 cents, technically we're not doing much. We've been in this short-term downtrend, longer-term downtrend as well, but we're still holding on to the lows that we've had a few weeks back. So we may look at that as some support and see if this market can try to strengthen up a little bit. But it is down, up a little today, which could affect commodity prices. Stock futures right now trading a little bit lower. So we saw a little bit of a gain yesterday, down 40 points right now. So it looks to be a little bit under pressure. And the metals, gold down $10. And we have silver down about 76 cents. So once again, returning back to that 36.25 area. And so we are finding the metals under a little bit of pressure as well. Soft markets kind of mixed. Sugar up a little bit. We've got cotton that's down 139 points. That cotton market's getting beat up over the last 4 or 5 sessions. And we do have limits of 7 cents today. So keep an eye on that, but down about 139 points. We just broke down below a long-term uptrend line, and we'll see if it's going to hold that today or stay below that today, or can we find a recovery going into or as we go through the session. As far as livestock, kind of quiet. Fat cattle down 10 to 30 cents. You got cash trades coming in at 104. You've got the bids rose to about 105 yesterday. So we'll see what cash prices do today. Beef cutout values, choice down $1.28. You had select down $1.10. So under a little bit of pressure from yesterday. But as far as hogs, we had a great recovery yesterday in that July contract. As most of you guys know, hogs have been punished over the last few weeks. Now finding a little bit of support and actually had a big turnaround day on the charts. But we need to see another good solid close in order to carry that momentum. But we did have cutout values up 77, maybe a little bit supportive today as well. But hogs trading a little bit lower right now, 10 to 30 cents lower, just like the fat cattle. So, guys, give us a call over here with any questions that you may have. 800-262-7538. You can always check us out online, Allendale-inc.com. Hope you guys have a great day today, and we'll probably talk to you here later on in the week. Take care.